Hello, everybody. It is I, Keandra Jackson. If you don't know who I am a licensed marriage and family therapist based out of the Los Angeles area. I'm a TV personality, award-winning speaker, best-selling author, have been on so many amazing media outlets from OWN, Essence, CBS. I'm a reoccurring guest on The Doctors. I have been named by the Huffington Post as one of the 10 Black female therapists that you should know, and the list goes on and on. Wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys today about trap words and trap phrases. Yes, there are some things that you and your partner are probably doing and saying in your relationship that is literally making you go down a downward spiral, which is contributing to not having healthy, effective communication. So I want to drop these 5 nuggets on you guys, and I hope you are taking notes. I hope you are writing these down. I hope you're reflective and really self-evaluating if you utilize these words, if your partner utilizes these words, and how you can change them. Because what people don't know is that it just takes little small tweaks and changes sometimes. It doesn't mean you always have to scrap your whole communication style, but it just takes minor changes that can help you be on a better track. So let's get into it. So the first trap word that you should consider or reconsider if you're saying this is the word but. When you utilize the word but, and I'm not saying that before I start, I'm not saying you have to eliminate these from your vocabulary. You should never say them. What I'm saying is that you need to be cautious of utilizing these words because they can have a negative impact on what you're trying to convey and the results you're trying to get from your partner when you need to talk to them about something important or just day-to-day stuff, right? So the first one is but. If you are utilizing but every single time when you speak or you're trying to convey your point, what you're basically stating is that everything your partner is stating before what they just said is a lie. So I want you to hear me. I want you to hear me well. So if someone is talking and I'm conveying my thoughts and my feelings to you, and you don't even think about paraphrasing or making sure that you understand what I'm saying, but you automatically just respond to say what you got to say, that puts you in a horrible predicament, right? And so I'm saying, say for instance, I'm saying, you never take out the trash. I need for you to do better. I'm so tired of you. You're getting on my nerves. And then the first thing you say is, but you also don't cook every single day. But you also don't do this every single day. The word but eliminates and makes every single thing your partner just said null and void. And it erases everything that they just said. And that person tends to feel unheard. They tend to feel unvalidated. They tend to feel like you weren't listening to them and you don't care. So be cautious of the word but and when you utilize it, because it will literally cancel out and make everything that your partner just said is a full-place lie, or make everything that you just said a full-blown lie. And that's not what we want here. Number 2, the second phrase or words is I'll try. Actually, we're going to go with number 2 and number 3. The second one is I'll try and maybe. I call these weak words. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. I'll try and maybe are what I consider weak words. I consider them to be weak words because they have absolutely positively no certainty, and they have no commitment attached to them. When someone says, oh yeah, I'll try to do it, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll think about doing it, maybe I will, you're basically giving yourself an out, because when someone challenges you and say, hey, did you do X, Y, and Z? You could always say, well, I didn't give 100% commitment. I said I would try. And if I couldn't do it, then it is what it is, right? So it basically gives you an out and it gives you an escape. And it puts you in a position where you can basically not honor your words. And people need to honor their words. So be careful in your relationship when you tell your partner, I'll try, or maybe I'll do it, right? Because when you use those consistently, your partner is going to be in a situation where they will not trust you. Because as soon as they hear the word maybe or I'll try, they're like, man, he's not going to do it. man, she's not going to do it, because she always say that, right? You don't want that. You want to utilize words that's going to give you strength, that's going to give you certainty, and that's going to help your partner trust you. And if you already trust your partner, build even more trust, right? Like, there's no such thing as having too much trust of your partner. Now, the next one, the fourth word, is calm down. I have to giggle on this one a little bit because we use that word, especially in this generation, a lot. I know I use the word calm down a lot. And we think that telling someone to calm down will actually help them calm down. But in reality, it actually does the opposite. It does the flip side, and it really just enrages the person. Because when you think about it, the word calm down is a command. We're telling somebody what to do. Calm down. You're doing too much. Calm down, you know. And oftentimes that's triggering for a lot of people because it feels like you're telling them what to do. It feels like you're telling your partner what he or she needs to be doing. And what I found is that most people get defensive. Not only do they get triggered, but they also get defensive because they feel like they're doing something wrong in the moment. And no grown adult woman or adult man wants to be told what to do, right? And so I want to encourage you to tweak your language just a little bit. And instead of telling your partner, man, calm down, you're doing too much, whatever. I want you to replace that with, tell me what's wrong. You see the difference? If someone said, Keandra, you need to calm down, I'm probably going to rev up a little bit more, right? But if someone came up to me and I'm already on a 10, right? And someone comes up to me and say, hey, Keandra, tell me what's wrong. I'm more open and more apt to actually explain myself. And more than likely in my explanation, it will help me calm down, right? And so we just need to learn how to tweak and use our language appropriately, so we won't escalate situations. And last but not least, number 5 is you always and you never. Whew. I'm going to take a deep breath on that one. The last ones are you never and you always. These are what I call, or what we call, absolutes. That means when you say this to your partner, you are basically putting them on the defensive because you're saying that you never do something, or your partner never does something or always does something. And let's be real and let's be very logical here. There is not a time on the face of this earth where your partner has done something consistently every single time or has never done something consistently every single time. If you tell your partner, you never put gas in my car, the first thing your partner is going to do, instead of saying, you're right, babe, I don't, they're going to get defensive and they're going to try to defend themselves. So they're going to try to think about all the exceptions to the rule. They're going to think about all of the times where they did fill up your gas tank, and they're going to bring that to your attention. So when you say, hey, you never put gas in my car. Yes, I did, because when we went on that road trip, I put gas in your car. The last time when you didn't have enough money, I told you to take my debit card, and I took your debit card and I filled up your tank, or blah, 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 blah. I filled up your tank, right? They're going to think about exceptions to the rules. And so when you utilize these words, you have to be careful, right? Because you're using you statements when you need to be using I statements. There's you statements and there's I statements. When you use you statements, you put people on the defensive because you're attacking them. You're attacking their character, right? But when you utilize I statements, right? Think about how differently these feel. Every time I come home from work, you never take out the trash can, and you always have the house looking a mess with the kids running around. That's very different than I feel frustrated when I come home after a hard day at work and the trash isn't taken out and the kids are running around with toys on the floor, right? More than likely, if you over here on this pattern, right, that's more receptive. Your partner is probably going to be like, oh, wow, I didn't even know that was a big deal. No problem. I'll take out the trash right now. I'll start cleaning up. I'll make sure that when you come home, the house is clean. We good. But on this side, oh, they going to pop off. And they probably not going to take out the trash. And they probably not going to ever make sure that the house is clean before you come home. So these are just the words that I want you to tweak and change and consider. So I hope this was helpful. Let me give them to you guys one more time. The first one is but, because that basically eliminates and erases everything that you just said, or it makes your partner feel like everything that they just said was a lie. 2 and 3 is I'll try and maybe. Those are weak words. They have no commitment, no certainty, none of that. 4 is calm down. We know that just revs people up, and you should try to use a different phrase like tell me what's going on or tell me what's wrong instead. And then the last ones are you never and you always. These are absolutes, and you want to make sure that you are using different language and using those I statements so you will not put your partner on the defensive. So I hope that these are absolutely helpful to you. You need to stay connected with your girl. I have an amazing Thriving Couples Network that you want to stay on top of and join, because it is life-changing, changing couples relationships all over the world. So if you love this quick video, you will absolutely love my Thriving Couples Network, because it is this on steroids. So make sure you check it out. I have some free courses as well that you can check into about communication, about intimacy, about money, that is going to revolutionize your relationship. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more to come.